Hello everyone, I'm Metaslave and welcome to Chapter 24 of my Conquest Max Round Efficiency. First thing that needs to get done is recasting Corrin temporarily into Wyvern Lord in order to do another, specific, class arm scrolling. Because I want to boost his Lance rank and his Axe rank at the same time, but I also want his Axe rank to go up to A rather than be stuck at B, that it would be in Great Knight. But I intend to spend the map in Great Knight because I need to learn Elbow Room, and this is the last map that I can really afford to spend in the Cavalier class line. Chapter 24 itself is the Hinoka map, where I guess the gimmick, you could say, is that on turn 1 enemy phase, Hinoka activates a Dragon Vein that speeds up flyers and slows down foot units. Flyers get +4 move, while foot units get -3 move. But because our army is primarily flyers, this is actually a good thing for us. So if anything, it's like, for a playthrough like this, such an effect is just an opportunity for the player to Uno reverse the map. um, we have a bit of a small side objective for Xander, since his lack of flight prevents him from really contributing to the main objective. We're just going to make sure he can take care of that group of Oni Chieftain and Onmyoji on the left side down here. And that's pretty easy to do, even with his base strength that he still has, despite having well over a 90% chance to have proc strength by now. But it is what it is. We also have Rallyman, who is sorely needed because Camilla is a very fast boss. She has 34 natural speed, which to hit the required 39 to double that would often is well past most caps. We also need to Eternal Seal Corrin because he did level cap last map, but the only reason he's in Great Knight to begin with is to learn Elbow Room. The reason why we needed D-Lances here is so that he could use Javelins against these Onmyoji, because Hinoka alone is not enough to give him the XP needed to level up in Great Knight. Camilla is going to be, Hinoka is paired with a generic Oni Chieftain, so you actually need essentially two boss killers that you're getting to the gate before we seize, but that's exactly what we do, so it's fine. Corrin separates with Elise here because we want Corrin to be one of the boss killers, which means that we need a way to transfer him to the flyer that is going to position himself to reach Hinoka turn 2 on turn 1, which, as you might expect, would be Gunter. And to do that, we need a flyer near Corrin for him to pair with that can transfer him to Gunter. Because Gunter himself is freed up, we don't need another shelter bot. So he shelters Azura for Niles to take and dance for Gunter with. Then Baruka is going to be the person that seizes turn 2. So she full moves turn 1 and is to get ready for turn 2. While we also want Azura to be freed up to pair with someone else. We don't really need to transfer her like this necessarily. We don't need to free Niles like that necessarily, since Niles could just switch to Azura and transfer to Odin, but I don't know. I just wanted to do that since Odin had nothing else to do. Xander is equipped to take on all these Oni Chieftain and Onmyoji and take a hit from all of them because of his stupid personal, but he does dodge a couple of them anyway. Corrin dodges the first Onmyoji, but if he had gotten hit by all of them, that's actually a sign that I should have brought Jacob over one of the generic pegs to use to heal Corrin with on turn 2, but I didn't because I didn't really consider it. I didn't really think I need it. But essentially, Hinoka has Luna, and if Corrin got hit by all 3 Onmyoji and got Luna'd by Hinoka, he would die. This is a pretty small chance of occurring anyway, so it's not too big of a deal, but it's a minor observation I should have made. After Xander kills this Onmyoji on player phase that could not reach him last turn, which is deliberate because that final hit would have killed him, it's time to actually get our boss killers to Hinoka. First, we have Elise transfer Corrin to Gunter. Now we want Rallyman to reach in order to rally Corrin and Camilla. As you can see, I didn't actually need that other generic peg, but I thought I would. I miscounted the tiles. But yeah, so first we take care of Hinoka with Corrin. And as you can see, Hinoka is very dodgy. Even with the Beast Killer, I don't have less than 100 hit. So I decided to use the Bronze Axe for just maximizing my hit. And even if she proc Luna here at this health range, I would have survived. But what's important now is that Hinoka does not benefit from the gate because she flies, but this Oni Chieftain does. So it's very helpful to have this Heartseeker debuff inflicted on this Oni Chieftain for Camilla to make use of while she attacks him. He has life and death, so he's not very hard to kill. He can just be hard to hit. But luckily, Camilla kills him, and now we full move with Baruka, and we'll dance for her with Azura. We full move with Odin and dance for Baruka for her to seize. And that is Chapter 24 in 2 turns. Let's move on. Chapter 25 is home of the iconic Ryoma will wait patiently for his revenge. But ultimately, because Ryoma does not go out of his way to attack you, how quickly you beat this map is dependent on how strong your Corrin is. But because our Corrin is very strong, there's not really any concern on this front. We reclassed to Dark Falcon because Dark Falcon is pretty much the only magic using class that Corrin has access to right now that has a high enough speed cap to actually attempt to double Ryoma with. It takes 41 speed, but because we have Meal, Tonic, Battle Seal, and Speed plus 2 at our disposal, we only need 33 raw speed to do this. It's also time to deck Corrin out with the right skills, and as you might have guessed, Swordbreaker was for this moment, and we also want Savage Blow because in order to kill Corrin and Ryoma are on tiles that divide the damage they take by 4, which means we need every amount of extra damage on Ryoma that we can get in order to kill him across 2 turns in this clear. Killing Ryoma reliably in 1 turn is not realistic at all outside of unit logbook skill abuse. But because we're not using that naturally, we need to resort to a 2 turn. And getting a 2 turn is fine anyway because it makes it easier. It makes it easier and more reliable to capture a generic Master Ninja, which we need for Chapter 26. The other Kaze and our Chapter 17 generic Master Ninja really are not up to snuff for the task that I need that one for. And actually, we need a 4th Lock Touch user anyway, so this is good. So the first thing we do is we attack Ryoma with Fire to hit him twice and activate Savage Blow. If Corrin's magic is not as good as mine is, you can just use Lightning there instead because you would quad, which adds to a lot more overall damage. But I kind of just forgot that I don't have to. I basically in my mind I forgot that Lightning is only just a slight debuff rather than the outright having your magic. So I thought I would have to finish Ryoma. It was just a brain fart. But point is, you can just use Lightning twice. But I don't here. So Camilla takes care of these 2 Master of Arms turn 1 just for her own EXP, but obviously when Azura dances for her and stays in range like that, we need to find a way to prevent her from instantly dying, so we shelter her with Xander. Most of these other units here are kind of superfluous, but I just kind of brought them in case I needed them. But really, on the enemy phase, a Master Ninja with a Spire Shuriken goes for Xander over Camilla, which forces his friend to attack Camilla from 1 range. But because of all the speed stacking I've done between Raza Rally Speed, and meals and stuff, Camilla was able to double that guy in return. Because Spy Shuriken prevents attacking from counterattacking from 1 range and also lowers Avoid slightly, this Master Ninja is a perfect candidate to capture with Niles. But first we want to hug him with this. It's not quite 100 hit from the bow. After we chip him with Camilla, we want to debuff him with Leo Heartseeker, which Leo's perfectly in range to do. Now we can capture with 100 hit, which is exactly what we need. And there we go. Another Master Ninja for the team. Now I want Camilla to finish up to get the kill on this Master Ninja. But I kind of brain farted again here, like when I played, because I was like, oh no, if I attack with Camilla in attack stance, I can't, he'll just die, so I don't want that. But I kind of forgot that I could have just tried to use Leo attack stance for the same hit bonus that I was like using attack stance in the first place for. But instead I don't, but I hit him anyway, so who cares. Camilla's EXP is not that important, but because I had a chance to get more, I decided to. Now we've done everything else, so we finish off Renown with Lightning. Like I said, we could have just used Lightning twice, but we do once here and it still kills. And that is Chapter 25 in 2 turns. We also level up in Dark Falcon to get relief, but that's completely useless. I'll see you next time.